Shalom, this is your Ark. Yah is magnified, coming back with another informative video. I titled this video, Georgia's Driving License Reinstated Testimony. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth, nothing more, nothing less. You ready, Ark?
Yeah.
Alright, the floor is yours.
All right, man. So, just like everybody in here, who contacted, y'all is magnified. I hollered at him basically because, number one, I was very attracted to the route he was going down, basically separating himself from the trade name. Number two, it's good to have somebody fighting in your corner who already went down the route that they actually went down and actually fight the agency. It's good to have somebody to go down that route, fight with you who have already defeated that entity. So, basically, I figure the only way we can actually defeat these agencies as an overall people, everybody who is focused on this information, is we have to remove that overall fear within ourselves that says that as soon as we get any type of correspondence from the Georgia Department or any type of Department of Human Services Division, Child Support Service, whatever it may be called in your state, we have to remove that fear that as soon as we get a letter from them, it's over. That we just got to cuss the baby mama out, cuss God out, blah, 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 whatever we may do, however emotions we may feel once we get these letters. And that's not the, say I don't understand where that fear comes from, because that fear comes from the psychological mindset of the individual who has that fear based on the stigmatic personas that society has, given these particular agencies. Soon as basically as soon as you hear child support, first thing they thinking, oh God, man, they finna take my money. I'm finna lose my business license. I'm not gonna be able to drive my truck to make money for my family. This, that, and the third. So, at a different standpoint, I want to touch on some before I tackle this individual letter that I got, based on the end game of what I think, ought to happen. I think 50-50 custody should happen at the time of birth, in dealing with a child. I think only substantially, if proven substantially and significantly, that either parent, not a custodial parent or non-custodial parent, that either parent who takes the other parent to court and shows a significant and substantially difference that the other parent is not in the child's life physically, mentally, emotionally, only then could you come out of that man financially, because that's the last way that he can possibly take care of the child or her. That's what I think it ought to be. That's the end game. But knowing that end game, I understand working for these jobs that these people do not care about anything unless you affecting their purse.
Exactly.
So that's the end game in the middle of the table. But understanding both sides of the table, if you go to the other side, which is the courts, the judges, the lawyers, DA, governor, mayor, whoever the hell, commissioner or director of child support, all those people over there, who are honorable, not the corrupt people, but the people who are honorable.
Right.
They may be looking at us on the other side of the table saying, hey, we understand your concern. We understand exactly, what you may want, but it's kind of complicated because if we let all you off child support, we're not going to get federal incentive because we get paid by the federal government to continue to put you on child support, which is exactly why the courts do 70-30 custody when it comes to a father, because the less time you see your child, the more they put you on child support.
Exactly.
So they may feel it's complicated, and that may be where they're coming from, because if they have to change that, they have to recruit that money somewhere else. You may be talking about higher taxes for the individual state. You may be talking about higher property taxes or wherever any other facets that they may have to recruit that money from not getting that money from child support. That's their concerns.
Correct.
Now, if you look on our side of the table, we're saying to ourselves, now look here, in the interest of the judicial purse, we're not going to continue to let you F us over by fraud. you're not going to continue to take money from my household and out of my check and out from my family to provide for you all for the state in disguise of in the best interest of the child, which is really a ward of the state.
Exactly.
You know, and so we have that, and then on the other side, we have this surge of information, which is, I call it government trade secrets, that we don't want this to get into the wrong hands of the individual person who does not want to be in the child's life, mentally, emotionally, or physically. And therefore, he has the knowledge now not to even be there financially. Exactly. You know, so we don't want that information to get in the wrong hands of those individuals when this surge of information comes out. Because I believe 100,000 people out of 200 million that may be on child support knows this information that we're talking about and know how to actually operate it and, you know, inside the courtroom efficiently.
Exactly.
So, you know, that's the end. So we're trying to both reach the end table, but we both have concerns. But what I understand, like I just stated, that they don't care unless you affect the purse. So now once we come to them and say, we know that it's fraud, a lot of individuals are going to come to the table and start bringing this information. The pundits need to reach those people of authority and start changing the laws quickly, because you're going to have this information coming out that you all are not going to have a choice but to address us. Exactly. So why is exactly where it's at right now, like 100,000 people knowing this information not out, they ought to change these laws very quickly, you know. Exactly. And the only thing that is on me, you know, like brothers like myself and y'all is magnified. The only thing that's on, you know, on our side, which is preventing us from getting there, we still got brothers that don't believe this is actually taking place, or they don't believe this information works. You know, I would like to state something that I told y'all, you know, a couple of minutes ago. A citizen of the United States, which is your all caps name, which they call a straw man, which is an elementary term for the significance of the word. It is really a citizen of the United States, which is a civilly dead entity, which upholds the national debt up under the 14th Amendment Constitution, operating as a co-trustee for the private constructive trust. Exactly. That is what the all caps name is. Exactly. So if you go look at that congressional record, and you go look at any of y'all's magnified videos, you know, you can't prove that brother wrong by anything he's saying about separating your name from a civilly dead entity. Because you walk in the courtroom as the debtor, who the hell are you to act as the creditor? Period. Automatically. See, that's what they don't understand. You know, once you go to court and you claim anything that you claim, you own ownership of. So if you go in these courts claiming to be the name, then by your own voice, and you claim to be that name, you are claiming a debt that's attached to that name, which you will now be held liable for every time you enter into the court. Exactly. And they exercise jurisdiction over you because they actually have statutes, probably in each individual state, that says they can exercise jurisdiction. What is exercise of jurisdiction? Are you John Doe? Yes, I am John Doe. Okay, well, shit, let's get in here, sit down, and play this game. Since you want to play. Exactly. You volunteered. You volunteered. Hey, man, like I tell everybody, the Bible tell you the same thing. You know what I mean? Like when they brought the Messiah to the council, right? And they brought him to the council, and they said, well, we heard that you said that you are the Son of God. Then he looked at them and said, you say it so. You see, he never made no claim of that. He told them, you said so. So because you said it so, that's what you believe. But you didn't hear that from me. I'm not claiming anything. So because he didn't make any claims, they said you were free to go. Same thing. It's pointless to go in these courts and make any claims. Exactly. And what people need to understand is the court and the Bible is very spiritual. You know, we ain't got time to discuss that until this call, even though I would like to. But it's very spiritual. You know, the Bible actually was construed, the courts was actually construed off the Bible. Exactly. If you really think about it. Exactly. But just to prove that this is correct, we looking at right now a letter that I got from the Georgia Department of Administrative Services, and I would like to translate it. It basically says, Dear so-and-so, the Department of Human Services Division of Child Support Services has notified the Department of Driver Services that we're full of shit, and you know we full of shit, and that you know that we know we full of shit. So we sending you this, and we basically stating that we reinstated We want the individuals who is on the other side of your table who are looking at this to fall back on something and say, oh, well, no, he ain't, blah, blah, blah. No, you probably did this, you probably did something. And this is what I'm here for. This is why we making these testimonies to put out here and prove that you all to listen here, people. I haven't settled with them. I haven't paid anything. I haven't made any type of arrangements to pay or nothing. We sent out some paperwork. They sent this out. So that's that right there.
That's it right there. In a nutshell. Short, sweet, baby. Short and sweet.
Exactly.
Hey, man. They don't understand. They don't understand the information that you have within yourself, my brother. Like even when you came to me, I was like, bruh, tell them about the traffic case that you sent me.
Oh yes, you know what I'm saying? Like I said when I first stated, like it was very attractive which the path he was going down, because I already went down that path of separating yourself from the trade name. I went into the courtroom. I basically did my thing. I separated myself from the courtroom. I was talking to the prosecutor. I was talking to the judge. I went in there. I'm talking about I handled my business. I stood on my square. Probably a month later, they sent me a letter saying, hey, basically, we're not going to pursue the case anymore.
And that's how it goes.
I don't want to put any personal information out there, but I'm just letting you know I got pulled over for something, and they don't pull my car over anymore. I ride past and everything. They don't pull nothing over. I haven't got pulled over in a minute. I don't want to disclose too much information because, like I just said, with great knowledge comes great responsibility.
Exactly. Then you don't want to keep casting all your pearls among swine, man, because they won't do nothing but trample over it. You see what I mean?
Exactly. But yes, you know what I'm saying? You brothers, you have to educate yourself, and sisters, you have to educate yourself on this. As soon as you educate yourself on this, once you come into that courtroom and you're dealing with these individuals, you have now, that room that you stored that fear in is now vacant. You don't turn that into an office to fight for them. Like, it's plenty of brothers right now that are scared to go to court with the Georgia Department, with the Division of Child Support Services, with the agency. Me and Art were just talking a couple of days ago, like, we ready to go to court. We can't wait. I can't wait.
Exactly. Your situation, we hammer them, and they automatically.
Exactly. I'm talking about, man.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Hey, we double team them. I'm jabbing them. You coming with the uppercuts, hit the left hook, right hook.
Yeah.
Hey man, we getting up in there, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, most definitely. We sent the paperwork off. It worked. I got a remedy right here, but we got a bigger remedy even coming, a couple of more days or the next few weeks. Most definitely.
Exactly. But one more question before you leave. Who was trying to suspend your driving license? Was it your child's mom suspending your driving license, or was it the state?
Hell no, when the mama trying to suspend the driver's license, it was the actual state. See, the mama, she actually put it like this. If the mother gives them any type of information, then, and they act off of it, you could consider the mother as an accessory, but who is the individual who are actually doing all of the problems? It's the individual who is actually acting on the information that they got. So, maybe mama didn't go down to the driver's service and say, hey, suspend his license. I got a letter from the state agency telling me that they was trying to suspend my license. So, baby mama ain't had nothing to do with that.
Exactly. And you received this letter this month on the 19th this year.
Exactly. 8/19/2019.
Oh, okay. So, hey, man, for all those haters out there, keep hating. More coming. Ain't that right, brother?
Most definitely. We got more remedy coming, man.
More coming. All right. So you got anything else you want to say, brother, before you go? Get a brother some more words of encouragement?
Man, just keep the fight. You know what I'm saying? Just keep the fight. Keep studying. You know what I'm saying? Just, just keep repetitive. Just keep doing it over and over until you don't get it now. Just keep on getting and keep on studying. And then eventually it'll come to you and you'll start just actually operating how you're supposed to be operating.
Exactly.
It's not that complicated once you continue to just do it.
Exactly. Like Nike say, man, just do it.
Exactly.
Just do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Most definitely. We're going to check their ass in a minute. We're going to put a clean Nike check on.
Oh, man. Exactly. All right, so
yes,
y'all heard it from him. If you all need my help, hit me up in my email at y'allismagnified@gmail.com. I'd like to thank you, my brother, for this testimony. The people needed to hear this, you know.
Most definitely.
All right, so with that being said, I say shalom, Mark.
Shalom.